94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD42547-7. Hey, Rome. I know it's going to make me look bad, but I got to tell you anyways, because I think you'll find this funny. The other night, my friends and I were out at this bar, hanging out, having a good time. I was drunk, was feeling a little horny, and I hooked up with this guy. I went out to the parking lot to mess around with him in his car. When we got out to the parking lot, he was driving a Saturn. I looked at the car and just couldn't do it. Walked back into the bar with my friends and hung out. You couldn't have sex in a Saturn? Why? Because it was a piece of junk? Or, I mean, if it was a G-Wagon, I'm guessing you would have hopped in, right? I got a couple of things to say about that. First of all, thanks for texting me that. I mean, to have the stones to do that is great. To be comfortable with yourself to send me that text message. Second of all, I'm glad you have a standard. It's nice to see, even when you're drunk at a bar, that you have a standard. It's nice to see your standard is the type of car the guy drives before you have sex in it. That is great. All right, 842-547-7. You know, I have never had sex in a car before in my life. But I was having a conversation with some friends of mine the other day, and we were talking about driver's ed. And do you ever think the reason so many people want to have sex in a car is because back in the day, you took driver's ed in high school for one semester, and then you took sex ed for the second semester. They put the two together. Already 42547-7. That's pretty damn funny. You couldn't do it in the car because it was a Saturn. They don't even make Saturns anymore. Who owns a Saturn, by the way? I'm glad to see that you have a standard, though. Your standard is not getting drunk and just going into the parking lot with the guy. It's the type of car you're going to do it in. That's awesome. It's Romeo. It's on 94.1. On 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. Okay, when it comes to having sex in a car, first of all, you ever had car sex? How'd that go down? Second of all, do you have a standard? I mean, this girl said she was out the other night, and she was a little tipsy. She got a little, freaky, wanted to get a little freaky. Met a guy, went out to the parking lot, but his car was a Saturn. She said the Saturn turned her off. All right, 842-547-7. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Rome, Seahawk Lou here.
What up, man?
Hey, man, that's so messed up. That lady's so messed up with the guy with the Saturn.
Why?
I think that's unfair. Just because he drives a Saturn now doesn't mean he always has a Saturn. He's going to have a Saturn for the rest of his life. You know what I mean?
Well, then she can have sex with him when he goes and gets a newer car.
Nah, what he should have done was borrowed his homie's car and gone into that one. You know what I mean? A real homie would have helped him out.
I will say this, Lou. You do make a point about, I would like to know how old he was because, yeah, that makes a difference on whether why he's driving a Saturn. If he was like 45 driving a Saturn, we'd have a different conversation as if he was 25, you know? So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, if he said, "Oh, this is my mom's Saturn," then yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but if it was his, man, respectfully, she should have just got on, man. She was already feeling him. So
I mean,
yeah. She was already feeling him, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Saturn ruined it.
If it didn't have 10, that's where you draw the line. I don't care if it's a G-Wagon.
That's hilarious.
10, and you draw the line there.
Oh, my God. All right, Lou.
All right, man.
I mean, she didn't want to have sex in a Saturn. What are you going to do? All right, 842-547-7. But I mean, to be honest with you, I've never had sex in a car before. So I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what the etiquette is for car sex. 842-547-7. But you kind of got to applaud her, though, for her standard was not just going to the parking lot with the guy. She had a standard when she saw the car. You got to give her some credit for that. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. Let's talk about car sex, right? You ever had sex in a car before? How'd that go down? All right, 842-547-7. The way it came up is some woman just said she had to tell me this for some reason. She was out the other night. She was drinking. She might have been a little tipsy, according to her. She got a little, little freaky. She wanted to go, So she met a guy. They went out to the parking lot. She was going to, have some sex in a car in a parking lot, which, I mean, it's exciting, right? Turns out he was driving a Saturn, and that turned her off for some reason. And she said she couldn't do it. So she said it doesn't. She even says in the text message, I know it's not going to make me look good, but I just had to tell you the story. Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes you got a great story you got to tell somebody. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo, they don't even make Saturns anymore. Well, I mean, I'm sure they're still driving. Are there still Saturns around town? Have you guys seen one? Apparently there is, because some guy driving a Saturn had a chance to hook up in his Saturn with a girl in a parking lot, and the Saturn turned her off. Already 42547-7. Hey, Romeo, you know what's funny about that story you just said is who knows what that guy's living situation is like. That girl judged him on his Saturn. This guy could have owned a house, had a good job. We never know. You can't judge somebody by their car. Look at all these guys riding around in these $70,000, $80,000 trucks living at home with their mom. I bet she would have jumped in that truck and had a good time. That's a great point. I mean, you're right. Maybe the guy with the Saturn had his own house. That's why he couldn't afford, a newer car. That's a great point, but she's right. You'll jump. Whoever just texted me that just right. You women will jump in a $80,000 truck. Guy might still live at home with his mom, but hey, that's funny. Already 42547-7. You guys ever had sex in a car? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo was funny. Some lady sent me a text message. She said it wasn't going to make her look good, but apparently she was at the bar getting drunk and she got a little horny. She said she wanted to, so she tried to hook up with this guy in the parking lot in his car, but apparently he owned a Saturn and it turned her off for some reason. She said she couldn't do it. So kind of funny, right? So you ever had sex in the car? How about sex in a car in a parking lot? I know most of you have, either at the Bluffs or in an orchard, or I know most of you have. It's at the park. I mean, I've seen people have sex and every time I do the Easter egg hunt, I see people in the parks where I'm at early in the morning, 3 a.m. having sex in cars. Okay. So I know what's going on. I've never done it, but it's because I don't even know why. Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome. So check this out. When I turned 17, my parents gave me their old minivan. Everybody thought it was just a junker, but I had a van. Guess what I used to do in the minivan with the girls, Romeo? Perfect place for car sex. Yeah. That's kind of funny, actually. Any parent might want to think about that. You think you're doing something by giving your son or your daughter the minivan, right? You know what a minivan is. It's basically a bedroom on wheels. So, yeah. All right. 842-547-7. You were doing that at high school. That's just nuts. All right. 842-547-7. You ever got busy in a car? What happened? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, getting busy in a car. You ever had sex in a car? Well, I know you. That's a stupid question for me to ask. I know you have. The better question would be how many people out there have not, right? But what happened? 842-547-7. Anyway, this girl texted and said she wasn't going to look good. She said, but she was out drinking, wanted to get frisky, met a guy, went out to the parking lot, was going to get busy in his car, but he drove a Saturn. Apparently that turned her off for some reason. Already 42547-7. Hey, Romeo. Hey, Rome, sex in a car is cool as long as you have a short girl. It doesn't work any other way. Okay. I got to be honest with you. I know nothing about car sex. I've never had it. I don't know what that says. I don't know if that says more about me or the women that I've gone out with, because I don't think a woman has ever said, let's have sex in a car. I mean, I got to believe that I would want to do it if it was brought up, right? I don't know, maybe not. Hey, Rome, some of those Saturns cost a nice bit of change. When I brought mine home, I got rid of my big car with 20-inch rims and got something small and practical. You know, grown folk stuff. A Saturn? I got to imagine that Saturn that this woman walked out to see in a parking lot, it probably had some chip paint. It probably had some. I got to imagine that it didn't look great. Hey, Rome, I met my ex-wife when she had a Chrysler minivan with tinted windows. We got down in the Superior parking lot in mid-afternoon on White Lane. Wow. The minivans are rocking, right? RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1.
Gossip.
Yeah.
411.
Yeah. And all the latest tabloid bullshit. Let's go.
Yeah.
Here's Romeo with your Hollywood trash. Right now.
For Thursday, June 26, 2025, looks like Diddy's federal criminal trial is entering the final stages, and now there's a sense of how closing arguments will play out, or at least the schedule and timeline is taking shape. Prosecutors and defense attorneys were in court on Wednesday while jurors were not present, and they hashed out a schedule for closing arguments. The prosecutors go in for 4 hours starting on Thursday morning. That's this morning. And the defense making their case the following day. So I guess we'll see what happens to Diddy soon. Joe Rogan talked with cops about the Liver King, challenging him to a fight via social media. And Joe told police the fitness influencer appeared to be significantly unstable. According to new legal docs, I guess cops in Austin, Texas say the former Fear Factor host told them he interpreted Liver King's string of social media rants as threatening, which is why cops were called and eventually led to Liver King being arrested on a charge of making terrorist threats to Joe Rogan. Let's see. You may have, where is it? Oh, Rob Kardashian, who's totally stole the show on a recent IG post from his sister, Kim, apparently. Fans were taken by surprise on Wednesday when Kim posted a pic of the trio, Lala Kent, and it was Lala Anthony, and a picture of her brother, Rob Kardashian, saying, "Happy birthday to my ace, Lala. Truly the best friend a girl could ask for. Love you so much. Today's your day." And then there's a picture of Rob Kardashian with him. With the both of them. It's been a foregone conclusion for a long time now that the Mavericks, they made it official last night, selecting Duke University star Cooper Flagg, the first overall pick in the NBA draft. And Dave Hester, if you guys watch Storage Wars, Dave Hester is back. On Storage Wars, let's see, he's bringing back his signature catchphrase after years away from reality TV show. Dave's big return to A&E series will be this weekend, and he's keeping a low profile at a storage unit auction before belting out "Yep" and shocking the rest of the cast with his surprise comeback.
Pay attention to what happens next. It all happens very fast.
You're checking out Romeo in the morning on Hot 94.1.
Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right. Battle of the Bartenders. It is something new that's come to Bakersfield, and Jen is here. She's going to tell us all about it. Battle of the Bartenders sounds like a great idea. What the hell is it?
Well, I'll tell you, like we've kind of modeled this after our events, Mac and Cheese Fest, Brunch Fest.
Okay.
When you walk into this place, there's going to be 10 different bars. And you get to sample all of their cocktails. Some of them are doing one, some are doing two, just depends on, their mood. They have different categories. When you walk in, you're going to get a glass of champagne.
Okay.
Then you go into a room that's filled with bartenders, and you are going to get to sample what they're competing with.
So are they all making the same? They're all going to bring their own signature drink.
They're going to make their own. Yes, exactly. We have 3 categories: best overall, best classic, and then we have the People's Choice Award. So when you walk in, you're also going to get a coin. Once you've tasted all of them, you've had your sample of everything, which is a lot of alcohol. Then you get to put your token into your favorite one, and you get a full pour of that cocktail. So. Yes.
Okay. So you got 10 bartenders.
Yes.
All doing signature. There's whatever. Is it their restaurant or is it them?
We have Tiki Co. We have The Vault. We have Casey Steakhouse, The Stockyard, Harrington House, Mas Bella, Sonder, Black Label Bartending, Roosters, Honky Tonk, and Headquarters.
Everybody hold on a second. Let's start with the first one.
Okay.
One at a time.
Tiki Co.
Haven't been there. Second one.
Oh my gosh, The Vault.
Oh, the Vault's got amazing drinks. Third one.
Casey's Steakhouse.
Casey's Steakhouse makes a great old fashioned. Fourth one.
Is the Stockyard, which is next door to Casey's. Their little.
Oh, yeah, that's her. Yeah. Okay, what's the fifth one?
Harrington House.
They brought me something that was so damn good last year. I can't remember what it is, but they got something. What's six?
Mas Bella.
Mas Bella has what did they make me? Oh my God. They made me what was it? It tasted like candy in a cup.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was now. Oh my God, I feel so bad.
Drinks, yeah.
Oh, it tasted like applesauce in a cup. It was so with tequila. Oh, so good. Okay, what's the next one?
Cider. Yeah, Sonder.
Sonder has the best sangria in town. If you guys haven't been to Sonder, their sangria is literally the best in town. What else?
Black Label Bartending, which is a mobile bartending service that does parties and things like that. But his name is Aiden, and he's also a bartender for Luigi's.
Oh, okay.
Also, night parties and things like that.
Luigi's is self-explanatory.
Sure.
I don't think we can explain that.
Rooster's Honky Tonk.
That's the one that I haven't been there. What do they got? Like Pabst or something? Pabst Blue Ribbon?
That's what they're competing
maybe
with. And then Headquarters, the bar and grill.
Headquarters. Oh, that's new. I haven't seen that one yet.
It's over. Oh gosh, Brooklyn Barbecue.
Brooklyn. I know where it's at. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
We've got a variety of different styles of Tiki Co. Obviously, they have lots of delicious tropical drinks.
Yeah.
Stockyard, Casey's Steakhouse, and some of these others have great signature staples. So we'll see what everybody brings to the table.
Now, where do people get tickets at?
They can go either to our Instagram, which is Battle of the Bartender 661. And there's a link in the bio there, and that'll get you right to Eventbrite, and you just look up Battle of the Bartenders.
And when is it?
It is Saturday, June 28th at the Iron Lily. If no one is familiar with that place, it is downtown. It's where Golden State and Union kind of meet at the end of 24th. It's a beautiful building. It's indoors, so we were not going to be outside for this event. It's indoors, air conditioned. When you walk in, you're going to get a glass of champagne.
I want to say that I've been there. Has it been there for a while?
Yeah.
I think I've been there. I think it's a beautiful little spot, huh?
I really like it.
Okay, so tickets at Eventbrite, Battle of the Bartenders, the 28th, June 28th from 2 to 4.
2 to 6.
2 to 6.
2 to 6. So, again, I'll tell you, once you walk in, a glass of champagne, there'll be a grazing table from Luigi's. We all know how wonderful Luigi's is.
I was going to say, if you're going to have all this booze, you better have something to eat.
And some past appetizers also from U.S. Foods. So.
And then at 6, we'll all go to the taco truck down the street.
Exactly. Whatever you need to do. Hit a place downtown. Hit one of these bars afterwards. Actually, Rooster's Honky Tonk is hosting an after party.
Oh, really?
So
that's awesome.
We'll give some more details about that. We'll get home safe with Chain Cone Styles. And our title sponsor is Eagle Mountain Casino.
Nice.
And we'll this is all benefiting Houchin Community Blood Bank.
Sweet. All right. So you get your tickets at Eventbrite, Battle of the Bartenders, or go to the Instagram page, Battle of the Bartenders 661. You guys don't want to miss out. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys, Romeo. All right. So yesterday, I got to tell you about yesterday. Yesterday, I went out to play some golf with some couple of buddies of mine and one of my buddy's kids. He's 17? I think he's 17, right? So we're out there and, we're on the golf course talking, having a great time. And we start, after we got done playing golf, we went to the clubhouse, going to have a little lunch, a couple of beers, and we're talking. So me and my two buddies and one of my buddy's kids, we're sitting there discussing. First, we started discussing started talking about the Lakers and the Lakers selling, and we started having a discussion about who we thought the most expensive franchise would be, or who had the most fans in sports. Then we started talking about movie stars and how much we thought each movie star made, because we were talking about all the movie stars that are going to Bezos' wedding. They're getting married. So we're just having all these different conversations. And of course, the kid starts looking everything up. Every time we'd ask a question between each other, the kid would look it up. Oh, the answer is this. Oh, the answer is that. This football team has the most fan base. This celebrity has the most money. And it got to the point where we looked at him and we said, look, man, stop. Sometimes it's about the conversation, right? sometimes like I had a conversation one time. I'll never forget this. We were trying to figure out, this was years ago. I think before, this might even been before. We didn't have our phones. Nobody looked it up. That's what it was. We still had cell phones and Googles, but we were talking about one of the members of Boyz II Men. There was about 4 or 5 of us. We were drinking some beers, at the house, just sitting around the counter talking about if all 4, I think Boyz II Men actually might have been coming to Bakersfield or something like that. And we were talking about if one of the guys from Boyz II Men had died. And we didn't know. We were just talking about it and what we thought. Nobody went to their phone to find the truth. Nobody cared. And I know this is going to sound really silly and a lot of you won't understand it, but sometimes it's just about the conversation and the answer doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter like when we were talking about what sports team has the biggest fan base. It doesn't matter. What matters is the conversation. Because once you ask that question and you Google it like the kid did, conversation's done. Oh, it's the Cowboys, or oh, it's the Raiders, or oh, whoever it was, I don't remember, the Yankees, whatever the answer was, right? Conversation's done. You got to have the conversation. It's not always, you don't always need the answer. We're not curing cancer. We're not solving world politics. We're not doing any of that. We're talking about stupid subjects of things that we don't need an answer to. We don't need to know who the richest celebrity is, but it's nice to have an in-depth conversation of what everybody thinks or why everybody thinks the richest celebrity, And it got so annoying. It really did get so annoying. Even my buddies, even the dad got upset. He's like, Dad, just stay out of it. Finally told his son, just stay out of our conversations. We're not even having adult conversations. We're having stupid conversations that don't need an answer. And the kids over here looking for answers like we're trying to do math problems, right? No. Have you guys ever dealt with this? I mean, have you ever thought about the fact that sometimes or all the time, you don't need to Google it. You can have the conversation. You can end a conversation with everybody not knowing what the real answer is. I still don't know if all 4 of Boyz II Men are alive. Well, I had that conversation probably 15 years ago. 13 years ago maybe. But I still don't know what the answer is because I didn't look it up. It's just like people always ask me that, by the way, when I do the show. I'll ask questions and they always, people will tell me, Romeo, will you ask a question on the radio? Why don't you just look it up? Because that's not what it's about. It's about having the interaction and the conversation. Once you look something up and have the answer when you're talking about something ridiculous, conversation's over. Now your interaction is over. You idiots got to learn that. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, R842-547-7. Hey, Romeo, I have to disagree with you. When it comes to having a conversation, you have to have Google or you're not going to know who's right. My wife and I have conversations all the time, and we both get our phones and Google the answer so we know who's right. If we didn't know who's right, we'd probably still be fighting. I'm just saying, I get it, okay? But you guys don't believe that Google has ruined your social connection with whoever? Because if you want to know, sometimes it's nice to have a conversation and not know stuff, okay? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's nice to just have a conversation and not have an answer. The conversation lasts longer. There's better interaction between you. I mean, yeah, sometimes you don't always have to be right or even know the answer. You can go on life without knowing certain things and just, me and so-and-so were talking about it. We never figured out what's what. It's not that serious. R842-547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys, Romeo. So yesterday I was out golfing with a couple of friends of mine, and one of my buddies brought his son, 17-year-old kid. So every time we were having a conversation about something, the kid would look up the answer. Like if we were asking a question about who's this or what's that, or if we were trying to figure out, what the most popular this or that was, the kid would look up the answer and we'd like conversation over. And at a certain point, it got annoying because at some point, the conversation is what counts, not the answer. Okay? It's not that serious. If you're going to spend 4 or 5 hours with somebody, you got to talk about something. You don't want to sit there and... There was even one time we were trying to figure something out, because we were on the golf course, and we were actually going, hey, how do you do this with the golf ball? And I said, I believe it's like this. And my buddy said, no, I think it's kind of like this or that. The kid looked up a YouTube video on the golf course. I'm like, come on, man. You're taking all the fun out of being with somebody. All right, 842-547-7. Yo, Rome, you could not be more wrong. It's just, you're just dated and don't know technology. If the information is there, why wouldn't you want it? Well, because it's not that serious. That's why. Because we're trying to have a good time and enjoy each other's company. And sometimes the conversation is the most important part about that, not the answer. And if you can't see that, I feel sad for you. I really do. It's Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, what up, Rome? Seahawk Lou here.
What up, Lou?
Hey, man, I wanted to talk about that kid in the golf course, man.
Oh, yeah, this little dummy. What's up?
Yeah, so nowadays, if you ever noticed, iPhones and Android phones have made it easier for us to do what's called a fact check. You just go, hey, Siri, who's the richest franchise in the NBA?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I don't think the kid was trying to, end the conversation. I think he was just trying to change it.
To
you know
what?
what I mean?
The kid's stupid.
Instead of guessing who's the richest franchise, then you guys would be like, I wonder why. And that's something you cannot, just Google. It's a fact check. You know what I mean?
Okay, first of all, Seahawk Lou, you're an idiot. Second of all, the kid's too stupid to know what we're talking about. He doesn't know what, it's like saying, oh, remember that actor? What was that actor in that movie, Yeah, I don't need to have the answer. I'm having a conversation with my friends about, and 90% of it is having the conversation, not getting the answer immediately and moving on to what's next. It's not the world. No. That's the stupidity of your conversation, of what you're saying, Lou, is you're saying, oh, let's end the conversation here and move on. Why?
No, but you're not ending it there. You're changing the question. It's like digging. It's called digging into a rabbit hole.
Oh, you're a moron.
You're finding something else now.
Hey, you know what? I can't with you. I was out too late drinking, playing golf yesterday, Lou. I can't with you today.
I'm just saying that's what we do nowadays, Rome.
Yeah, and you guys are idiots.
It's fact checks.
I can't with Lou today. I really can't. All right, 842-547-7. Rome's. Adults enjoy the conversation. Children need instant gratification. You definitely want to foster his curiosity to obtain answers to questions. I would say that you have to remember your audience in these situations. This is one of those times where you should take a breath and take a consideration to the fact that the child wants to spend time with his dad and his dad's friends rather than being reclusive or hanging out with the wrong crowd. Okay, well, he should put his phone away then. That's what he should do. Okay? Because like Seahawk Lou just said, we fact check now. Yeah, we didn't need no facts. We're 3 drunk dudes hitting golf balls just talking about nonsense. Don't nobody need facts at that point. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, I agree with you fully. These people don't know what they're talking about. It's nice having a conversation and not knowing the answer and just debating back and forth. But at the end of the conversation, I'm like, let's see who's right. I'll look it up. Makes it fun to find out the answer. Not in my world. Me and my friends, we have no problem walking away without knowing the answer. Not one problem at all. So, you know why? And I'll tell you why. Because we could possibly have that same conversation in 6 months. Because we still don't know what the real answer is. All I'm saying, man, is sometimes you need to get into this mindset of the conversation sometimes is more important than the actual facts or the actual answer, okay? There's nothing wrong. You know, why do you think ESPN does always ask the stupidest questions? Because there's no real answer. You can't have an answer, right? Well, sometimes you can have an answer, but you still like to have the conversation. RD425477. Hey, Rome, what people don't understand is that you're just trying to have small talk with your buddies while golfing to pass the time. Exactly. You're just trying to talk about stuff while you're with your friends, whether it be at a bar, whether it be at your house, by the pool, whether it be at, playing golf. I mean, the answer doesn't matter. The conversation matters. And these damn kids, man, this kid would not stop. Would not stop. I mean, I told you he pulled out a YouTube video on something. We're like, we don't need all that. Okay, first of all, we're already like 6 tall boys in. Nobody can see your screen anyway, so damn, let it go. RD42547 Hey, Rome. Maybe he's genuinely curious about the answer, or being able to provide the answer allows him to feel included in the conversation. He's just not mature enough to understand rhetorical questions or, colloquial speech. Damn, way to pull out the $5 words. Maybe. Or he's just an idiot like the rest of these kids now, or the rest of you that need to use Google to find an answer instead of have a conversation. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Hey, Rome, I think you're thinking about it too hard. You're doing too much. Oh, with the kid? Because he was basically what happened for those of you that just got here. Basically, I was out golfing with 2 of my buddies. One of my friends brought his 17-year-old son, who's, wants to hang out, obviously. No big deal. But every conversation we would have, he would look it up on his phone, on Google it or AI it or whatever, and look up an answer. So we're just having, as the guy said, rhetorical conversations. And we're not trying to, we don't really want an answer to anything. Guys do it all the time. We don't really want to answer. We're just having a conversation, What's the biggest fish in the world? Well, we can sit there and talk about it for an hour, and we don't have to Google it to find the answer. We don't care. We're just having conversations. So the kid kept finding the answers to everything. We're like, okay, it got annoying after a while. So you're saying I'm doing too much, Rome. I think he was trying to involve himself in the conversation. That's the only way this generation knows how to do that. Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's fair to say that they don't know how to do anything without their phones or Google or whatever. Maybe. How about he Google how to have a conversation with his dad's drunk friends? How about you AI that and figure that one out instead of giving us an answer to everything we ever asked? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Hey, Romeo, I heard what you were just talking about. I got a 16-year-old son who I'm trying to socialize more so he has some common sense and he can know how to act when he's in public. It's kind of tough with these kids today. He's always on his computer with his friends. They're always on their phones watching TikToks and not really talking to each other. So I've been actually taking him out with me when I go places with my buddies so he can learn how to talk to people. I understand what you're saying. It's tough, but the kid will figure it out. If his dad's taking him out to hang out with you guys, he'll figure out how to socialize with you guys. It just takes a little bit of time. Cut the kid a break, Rome. I'm going through it right now with my son. Okay. I'm not mad about it by any means. I just think it's sad that, part of life is just nonsense. With all the stupidity in this world, with all these morons fighting over the stupidest things and things they have no control over and no education about, come on, man. Nonsense is nonsense. Nonsense. We need more nonsense, okay? Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Morning, Romeo.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Just driving to work.
Okay.
So
What's up?
Maybe he's Googling all the answers so he can make you guys be quiet. So he doesn't have to hear the conversation no more. He's probably like, let me shut them up. And here, this is the biggest fish. He's getting annoyed and he wants to, especially if you're playing golf, he's probably one of those people that like keeps quiet when he tees off.
That's funny, man. Yeah.
You never, he's probably one of those people.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I know when I used to golf at the, I forget the name of the course, but it's the one by Lake Mean. People
Kern River.
And on the, I forget what hole number it is, but they would do those bullhorns every time somebody teed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe he just wants to shut you guys up.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. Bye.
Bye.
RD42547-7. Sounds to me like you were just a bunch of drunk-ass guys being mean to some kid trying to be included in a conversation. No, trying to teach him how to have a conversation is what we're trying to do. You can have conversations where the answers don't matter, where you can never come to an answer that you all agree on, and you don't really need to know the answer. It's just all about the conversation. That's what you fail to understand. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning, what's going on?
Good morning, Romeo. It's LA Ramboy.
Hey, what up, brother?
Oh, nothing much. Me and my girl, we're going to Long Beach, but I can't help but overhear what's going on in today's topic. Is it controversial? Is it big?
What do you mean?
Well, like, what's going on today? I barely just got listening
Oh,
to the radio.
no, we're just talking about Google and how these kids have to Google everything. We were out golfing. A couple of buddies of mine yesterday, we were out golfing, and one of my buddies brought a 17-year-old son. So every time we would have a conversation about something, he would just Google an answer of whatever we were talking about. And we were trying to explain to him that it's about the conversation, and we're not saving the world. We're just talking about, what the best movie of all time is or something stupid. We're not talking about anything important, but he would have to Google the answer for it, and so it just got a little annoying.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling, but those guys, they grew up in a whole different generation without much need of, devices or books even, or any encyclopedia. But, I mean, in today's time, it's just the way how it is. I mean, it's just all about Googling how to fix this, using YouTube, and it's just, it's a whole other different timeline.
I understand, but when we're over talking about what, just something so stupid and nonsense, we don't need an answer. We're just having a conversation. Me and these two guys will have the same conversations that we had yesterday 3 months from now and forget we had it yesterday.
Everyone can learn something new, but yeah, I can agree on that. I mean, people can just say things and just have a good conversation without really finding the answer to.
These kids today can't, though.
Well, they can learn something new.
Yeah. All right. What are you going to Long Beach? Hey, why are you going to Long Beach?
Oh, we're just going to the aquarium and go for some harbor cruises. Just have a good time out there.
Oh, that'll be fun. All right, man.
All right, take care.
Later, brother. Have fun. Yeah, Long Beach. I went to Long Beach last year for the weekend. Long Beach had a lot to offer. Had a lot of bars. A lot of, for some reason, Long Beach had a lot of British bars. They look like for some reason. RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. The rhythm of the valley is Romeo. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Romeo? It's me, Angel.
Angel, what's up, man?
Man, you're not going to believe this, Rome. I broke my hand, man. I'm on my way to UCLA, man.
How'd you break your hand?
Oh, man. You know what? Like a straight jackass, man.
Did it happen at work or did it happen because you were doing something stupid?
It happened in my personal life. But I'll tell you like this, Ron. I heard you would say about them kids, man, and them Googling stuff. Yeah, you can. I was telling my son about Die Hard. I said, you know what? When Die Hard came out, it was one of the Nakatomi building. It was one of the old-time favorites. And he had it Googling. And he had to jump on the tomato. Son, we didn't go up like that, man.
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
Hey, I was gonna ask you something, man. What's going on with you? You guys ain't giving away no more Hurricane Harbor tickets?
Oh, not right now. Maybe next week.
Okay, Rome, I'm gonna stay take two, man. I'm down, man. I think I'm down for the whole summer, brother.
Oh, how'd you break your hand? What'd you do, fool?
Oh, man, Rome. You know what? I'm going to tell you later on, bro. I got to tell you the truth.
All right,
Just
Angel.
like my neighbor. Just like my
All
neighbor.
right. Tell me later,
All right,
Angel.
bro.
All right, man. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Like there's an argument that goes on. Then let me explain this, right? There's an argument that goes on whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not, right? And guys will sit there and talk about it and have their reasoning. My buddy's kid, he would Google it. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? You know, that's not the point. We don't need an answer. We have a conversation. It's nonsense. There's nothing wrong with just talking about nonsense and not coming to a resolution. Just, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the great things about having friends in life. It's Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, let me see what my buddy sent me here. Something about an article. What did he send me? What did he say? My buddy texted me something. He says, hey, Rome, tell your supporters to go to the board meeting at 10 today. Save oil and gas. What are you talking about? Oh, this is from Bakersfield Now. Kern County Board of Supervisors will hold a meeting to review proposed revisions to the county's zoning ordinance code that would permit new drilling in unincorporated areas of Kern County. The revisions aim to establish updated standards and conditions to mitigate the environmental impact of drilling and would require property owners' signature for site plans. Okay, so the Board of Supervisors are having a meeting at 10 today to talk about that stuff. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you old school cats know when oil was booming in Bakersfield, you guys don't know, the town was booming. Everybody was winning. Remember when, I don't know how many of you guys, we make fun of Taft all the time because of a bunch of druggies and degenerates, but Taft used to be a phenomenal, beautiful town because of oil and gas. Just a beautiful place. All right. So save oil and gas. Go to the board. I don't know. My buddy said go to the board at 10 o'clock today, the board supervisor meeting. There was something else I was going to tell you about too. Totally slipped my mind. Gosh, what was it? I had something else to tell you. I got a whole bunch. I got like 8 things in my head right now to tell you guys that have happened to me or my friends or things I've seen in Bakersfield the last week. I can't remember now. I got sidetracked. Let me think about it. Oh, I did gotta tell you a funny story though. This I thought was funny. This is I don't know what you'd have to say about it, but Saturday, I forgot on Saturday I go to Albertsons over there off of Rosedale, and I walked in to buy mustard. Just a little thing of mustard because I wanted to make a sandwich and I was out of mustard. So there's about 4 lines open. The self-checkout, not the self-checkout, but the 15 item or less checkout line is not open. There's about 4 lines open, 4 or 5. Each line was minimum, no exaggeration, 4 deep at least, of baskets. And some of the, one line had was like 6 or 7 or 8 deep. Those were the 15 item or less people, but they were all in a regular line. So I just, I got nothing to do. I just came in to get some mustard, wanted to make a ham sandwich. So I get behind this lady. Now, mind you, I am the 4th in line. So there's somebody being checked out. 1, 2, 3 than me. And the lady in front of me goes, oh, just go ahead of me. You got some mustard. I'm like, okay. And at first I said no, because I didn't have anything to do. I didn't care. Nothing else to do in my life on Saturday afternoon. So then she goes, she finally forces me, go, just go. I said, okay. And then the lady in front of me, now I got another lady in front of me. She's like, well, heck, now I got to let you go in front of me because she let you go in front of her. I was like, no, I'm telling you, ladies, I have nothing else to do. Don't worry about it. So now I'm in front of her. So now I'm third up or second up. One person in front of me, the person gets chicken. The guy in front of that goes, or no, it was a husband and wife. And the wife looks at the husband and goes, well, you got to let him go ahead of us. So now I'm right behind the lady getting checked out. But it was just funny that all these people felt obligated because this one woman let me go. They all felt obligated to let me go right up to the front of the line. I mean, they did have big baskets of stuff, but I didn't have anything else to do. I was just hanging out. Already 42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Already 42547-7. Oh, about oil and gas. Apparently, they're having a big supervisors meeting today, 10 o'clock. You guys should go support it if you want our economy to get boosted. Yeah, Rome, 842-547-7. Yeah, going bad now. Chevron leaving Bakersfield in about 2 to 3 years. I heard Chevron was leaving Bakersfield 2 to 3 years, 10 years ago. Yeah, I don't know much about it. My buddies are all in oil and gas. They all, I play with a group of guys that are in oil and gas. I don't know a lot about it, but I do know this. When oil and gas is big, everybody wins. A lot of money gets thrown around. Yeah, I know a lot of money gets thrown around. I do. So it's better for everybody. Schools get more money. Restaurants are booming. I mean, yeah. So we'll see what happens. Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome. The real question is mustard on a ham sandwich. What's wrong with you? What do you mean mustard on a ham sandwich? It was a ham sandwich with salami and a pepperoni and ham and lettuce and tomato and Swiss cheese. What are you talking about? That's exactly what you put mustard on. Mustard goes with ham sandwiches. What are you talking about? The real question is, how do you not know that? Oh, yeah, you probably put mayonnaise on a hot dog, too. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley's Romeo. So, yeah, mustard. I was just telling you a silly story. On last Saturday, I was in a checkout line, and there was like 4 people in front of me with huge baskets. I had a thing of mustard. I just bought a mustard because I want to go make a sandwich at home. And first of all, mustard goes on a ham sandwich, okay? Second of all, they all let me go through, all of them. And it was funny to me. Some clown was saying that the real question is that why are you putting mustard on a ham sandwich? Because that's what goes on a ham sandwich is mustard. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, mustard is awesome. It's the only condiment that doesn't have any calories in it. Oh, I don't know about all that, but okay. All right, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys, Romeo, RD 42547-7. Rome, mustard goes with ham sandwiches like ranch goes with pizza. Don't know what that guy's talking about. Well, okay. Yeah, some guy said mustard don't go with ham sandwiches. That's all that goes with ham sandwiches is mustard. You never had a grilled ham and cheese with mustard? Oh my God, it's the best thing you'll ever eat. Let's see here. Hey, Rome, mustard and mayonnaise is the original sauce for sandwiches. I guess they have not seen any Grey Poupon commercials. You know what sucks? I was sitting at the house Saturday. It was about noon, 1 o'clock. I thought, man, I want a sandwich. And I went out of mustard. But I had Grey Poupon in my refrigerator. But I don't like Grey Poupon. I like good old-fashioned yellow mustard. So Some guy tried to tell me that don't go on ham sandwiches. Everybody knows that goes on a ham sandwich. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, so let's talk about, we were talking about conversations earlier. Let's talk about some of the most conversations that you've ever gotten into, whether it be with your friends or maybe you and your spouse. You guys still talk about nonsense, or maybe you bring up old stuff that turns into an argument you can't let go. Like, I actually know couples who have been together decade plus, 2 decades, who still to this day will have an argument over an ex that they haven't seen in 20 years, 15 years, 10, even 10 years. I mean, it's so silly. RD4254 7 to 7, but I got to tell you the dumbest argument I ever got into. Well, there was the dumbest argument I ever got into. Not an argument, but discussion, conversation, most ridiculous thing. It just happened a few weeks ago. For some reason, we were talking about swimming. One of my buddies' kids is a triathlon or triathlete or something. And we were talking about the swimming portion of it. And he's telling me that I can't swim. No normal person can swim 50 meters. Can't do it. You wouldn't be able to do it. And we really had this discussion. Actually, we still haven't finished the discussion because I haven't found a pool yet where we can go and I can show him that I can swim 50 meters easily. But he swears that no, you have to train to swim 50 meters. It's the dumbest argument I've ever had with anybody. The length of a pool. And we're not talking about fast. We're just talking about consistently swimming 50 meters. I don't know why he believes that nobody can swim 50 meters. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. RD4254 7 to 7. What is the most ridiculous argument you have? Some of you guys are still having them. You know, what is the most ridiculous argument you've ever been in? And who was it with? Your spouse, your friends? I'm trying to think what other ridiculous conversations I've had. Maybe arguments isn't the right thing. Maybe it's ridiculous conversations. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD4254 7 to 7. What's the most ridiculous conversation argument you have ever gotten into? Back to the mustard. Somebody told me mustard doesn't belong on ham. I think every conversation, that's what somebody just texted me, Rome, every conversation you have on the radio is the dumbest conversation or argument. Hey, Rome, I used to be a manager at Subway. It was part of the policy to ask, did they want mayonnaise or mustard when they were making it? Oh, the sandwiches? Yeah. I will tell you something funny, my boy. You guys know Big Boy, right? I think the dumbest thing him and his wife ever argued over was if mayonnaise goes on a hot dog. And it doesn't, by the way. RD4254 7 to 7. Good morning, Romeo. I've been married for 34 years, and my wife and I still argue about my exes from before we met. She just won't let it go. Yeah, exactly. I know a couple, some real close friends of mine, who argue over his ex. They're married. They argue over his ex before they met. That's dead. She passed away, and they still argue about her. It's ridiculous. RD4254 7 to 7. Like I said, what do you guys argue about? What's the dumbest thing you guys argue about? 84254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So let's talk about the dumbest thing that you argue about, whether it be with your spouse, your friends, but everybody has been in some sort of idiotic argument. One of the worst things, though, is when you married couples, you bring up old stuff that's happened years and years ago, and you still argue about it? I mean, what kind of stupid is that? RD4254 7 to 7. Hey, Rome, 34 years, and my husband still brings up my ex that I haven't seen in 34 years all the time. It's so ridiculous. I'm too old to deal with this stuff. I just want peace in my life. Exactly. And it goes both ways. It's not just women that bring up, the ex. Guys do it too when they just, 34, you've been married to somebody 34 years and you're still talking about an ex that you haven't seen. I mean, my God, you got to let it go. Alrighty, 42547-7. But it happens to all of us. We all get into ridiculous arguments. Sometimes a lot of it's with our friends, with your friends, or, you're arguing about stupid stuff, about nonsense that means nothing. But it's got to be the worst, man. There's got to be a statute of limitations on things you can bring up when it comes into a marriage, right? At a certain point, you got to let things go. Already 42547-7. And for some reason, a lot of you can't do it. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valleys, Romeo. All right, so we're talking about just the dumbest, the ridiculous arguments you get in. Husbands and wives, spouses, it happens all the time. They bring up old stuff that's irrelevant to start a fight for no reason. Friends do it all the time. Like I've been in multiple disagreements with my friends. Just so stupid. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Big Rome. This is Big Boy.
What's up, big boy?
I pay the cost to be the boss in this relationship, bruh. 35 years together, 29 years married, 5 kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm the boss in this relationship, and she told me I could call you and tell you that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There's no need to argue, people. You know what I'm saying? Just agree.
What are you talking about? You were arguing over mayonnaise on a hot dog.
Well, you got to draw a fine line in the sand somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but to clarify something, and this was after the fact, she did say this. I didn't mean for it to stay on the hot dog. I was trying to toast the bread with it. And that's what she told me.
Well, that's kind of... I
just see that. Well, yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I just didn't toast it long enough to look like I put mayonnaise.
Yeah.
So I was trying to toast the bread.
That's kind of a Mexican thing. You just toast the bread with mayonnaise instead of butter. Yeah, that's
so
that.
I do apologize. I said, man, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have sent it back to the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Damn.
But we good. There's no argument there. We're good. You know what I mean?
All right.
Good. All right.
Later,
have a good day, bro.
Bye. Yeah. So, for those of you that don't know, Big Boy, and I know now. I know that his wife found a loophole, but they got into an argument once, like a legit argument, where she put mayonnaise on a hot dog as a condiment. He said mayonnaise don't go on a hot dog, so she called her friends and her family because they were arguing about it, and she ended up being wrong. But now it looks like she found somebody smarter than Big Boy told her, hey, you need to tell him this, that you were just trying to lightly toast the bread with mayonnaise, because that is kind of a Mexican thing. They do, you grow up in a Mexican family, you have toasted bread with mayonnaise on it. RD42547-7. Hey, so what's the dumbest argument you ever gotten to? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, talking about the dumbest arguments, man. This is the ridiculous arguments you get into. RD42547-7, Rome. Okay, so the most ridiculous argument is with Romeo. He thinks he's never wrong. How can you trust a guy that puts mustard on a ham sandwich? Also, everyone know the only thing that goes on hot dogs are honey. You got the sweet and salty. You might be the dumbest individual on the planet. Who's this idiot talking? All right. Not getting a dumb argument with an idiot. Hey, Rome, Cowboy Kenny, me and my other one fight over me eating chorizo without a bun, and I put ketchup on it. And I love mayonnaise on my hot dogs, especially the jumbo ones. That's just, ketchup on chorizo? Oh, hell no. That's like putting ketchup on scrambled eggs. Hey, Rome, I can't have a hot dog without mayonnaise. Just won't eat it. It's like not putting mayonnaise on a torta. Okay. Yeah, I'm not having this argument with you. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94. I've already done it, and I'm right, and you guys are wrong. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, good morning. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Romeo?
What up, man?
Hey, me and my kid were just listening to that, and my kid just said right now to let the lady know that does go on a hot dog, he said.
What does? Mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise on a hot dog.
How old's your kid?
He's 13, and my 9-year-old.
Oh, yeah, they don't know what they're talking. You can't take the judgment of a 13 and a 9-year-old. They don't know what they're talking about.
But I know what you're talking about, where you get the Mexican hot dog, where you get the mayonnaise and put it on the hot pan real quick.
Yeah, that's different.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah, that's different. All right, man.
That's a traditional hot dog from Mexico.
I don't know what you're teaching your kids, but you're a terrible. All right.
No, I ain't teaching them. That's what they eat, bro. That's what they get from school.
Oh, no. All right.
Yeah, because if it goes up to me, I don't use mayonnaise on my hot dog.
I ain't gonna lie. There's nothing funnier than when you said get from school. There was nothing funnier than growing up with the kid, and I was that kid sometime, that would show up with foil and have the best food wrapped up in tin foil.
Tell me why my kids are the same way. They show up with the foil paper and they got the white boy sitting right next to them, be like, "Hey, you want to trade?"
Exactly.
My 9-year-old, no.
Exactly. All right, later. That's a whole nother conversation, though, man. Showing up with, man, when you're Mexican, you show up with a burrito or tacos, or, you show up with some. We used to show up with, when I was, because I came from a reservation. If you haven't had good fry bread and Indian tacos, you don't know what you're missing. But yeah, when I moved off the reservation and went to another school. Actually, I went to a school with a lot of field workers. So the field worker kids knew what I was talking about, but the white kids didn't know what was eaten when I'd show up with my Indian tacos and foil. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD4254-7-7. Some of the dumbest arguments you have. This is funny. Hey, Romeo, your whole show is a ridiculous argument. Well, yeah, it is. I'm not saving the world. I'm not here to save anybody. I'm here to have dumb conversations with you guys so you can get through your life and have fun. RD4254-7-7. Hey, Romeo, my husband and I, we've been married 22 years. My husband still brings up the fact that we didn't have sex on our wedding night because it was just a long day. We drank too much. I passed out. But he still wants to fight about it after all these years. That's stupid. That is stupid. Come on, man. Tell your husband to get over himself, right? Okay. Weddings are long. They take a toll on you. It's just stupid. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. RD4254-7-7. Hey, Rome, it's Slick. I can't stand mayo on my hot dog, but I eat chocolate chip cookies with my McDonald's. Sweet and savory. Okay. Hey, Romeo, mayonnaise on tortas and tostadas are fire. Like torta bread with menudo. Yeah, okay. You guys are doing too much now. Okay, Romeo, but tostadas with ketchup is good. No, it's not. And tostadas with sour cream and no, it's not. You're just saying stupid things to say stupid things. You don't even believe that. Ketchup does not. The only thing ketchup belongs on is a hamburger and a hot dog. That's it. Nothing else. Not eggs, not tortas, not tostados, not tamales, nothing. Okay? Hamburgers and hot dogs is what ketchup was made for, and that's it. Maybe fries. Yeah, I'll give you fries. All right, 84254-7-7. Rome, so if you don't put mayo on your hot dog, then you don't like them with bacon, jalapenos, onion, or tomatoes, right? No, that's fine. Those are fine. It's okay. I'm going to tell you guys one thing about bacon, though. This drives me insane. This is how I know that either you can't cook or you don't get to eat good meat, is bacon. When you put bacon on something, all you taste is bacon. I remember the first time somebody said, Rome, you got to try this bacon wrap filet. I said, why would I eat a bacon wrap filet? Filet is some of the best meat out there. A filet does not, why are you going to ruin a filet by putting bacon on it? So stupid. If you got to put bacon on something, then yeah, you either don't know good food, you don't eat good food, or you don't know how to cook. Okay? That's like buying the best tequila, the best sipping tequila out there and making a margarita out of it. Why are you wasting great tequila? Why are you wasting great whiskey or whatever nonsense by putting some sort of mix in it that just makes it like a fruity drink that is, you don't need liquor. It might as well be Kool-Aid or a juice box. I mean, come on now. RD4254-7-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valley. It's Romeo. RD4254-7-7. What'd you say? Hey, Rome. I had an argument about dipping French fries in milkshakes. Well, how'd that argument go down? I know people do it because they like that salt in the milkshake. But yeah, I mean, who'd you argue with, a 13-year-old? All right, 842-547-7. And when did, the other thing that I can't figure out, when it came to hot wings, when did ranch become the hot wing sauce? Didn't it used to be blue cheese? Am I wrong about that? Blue cheese used to be the standard for hot wings. When did ranch become the standard for everything? Fries, chicken strips, chicken wings. Am I wrong about that? Somebody, you can correct me on that. I may be wrong about that one, but I want to say that I remember blue cheese was the condiment for hot wings. Hey, you Evan Cheese fan. This is Raider Big Daddy Joe. What's on an Indian taco? Indian taco is fry bread. I make whole beans. My mom uses cowboy beans. I make whole beans. And then you throw, I make whole chili beans. Whole beans are chili beans. I make chili. My mom uses cowboy beans, or you can use whole beans. And then you throw lettuce, just like a tostada, basically, but it's on fry bread. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, Yeah, is that pretty much it? But you can, a lot of people like them with honey because it's just the bread, or you just eat the fry bread. We used to eat the fry bread as bread. That was what we took for lunch. But yeah, it's pretty simple. 4254-7-7. Although I do remember being in Bakersfield one time. This might have been 20 years ago, and somebody thought they could make fry bread, and they were putting refried beans on it. Which, no, that's not an Indian taco. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1. The rhythm of the valleys. Romeo. RD4254-7-7. Hey, Rome. How do you make fry bread? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you how to make fry bread. You got to figure that on your own. I will tell you something funny about fry bread. So my mom is Indian. Obviously, we were on it. Came from Indian reservation. My mom is a very good cook, but she doesn't make fry bread for some reason. And so my aunt would always make fry bread. She made the best fry bread on the reservation. Well, I started making fry bread about 20 years ago. Maybe when I got out of college, I started making fry bread. And I had my recipe. And so one time, somebody asked me, and I was packing. Everything was packed up, so my recipe was put away. And so I called my mom. I said, "Hey, I need you to get my aunt's fry bread recipe so I can make it." And she sent it to me. And I don't know how it happened, but we had the exact same fry bread recipe. The reason my fry bread turns out so good is because I was making the exact same fry bread recipe that my aunt made. And I never realized. She must have given it to me at some point in my life, and I just totally forgot about it. Totally forgot she gave it to me. RD4254-7-7. Good morning, Hal. What's going on? Hello? All right. If you're not going to answer when I say hello, then I'm out. Hey, you Evan Cheese fan, Indian tacos we're having for dinner today. Well, do you know how to make fry bread? You got to know how to make fry bread. Yeah, that Indian taco doesn't sound as good as a Mexican taco. Oh, it is way better. If you haven't had fry bread or good fry bread, you have no idea what you're talking about. Fry bread is delicious. Way better than anything you guys are talking about. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, you Evan Cheese fan? I don't know how to make fry bread, but I'm gonna Google it. Just kidding. Yeah, I had it before and it's so good. Yeah, just Google it. Google how to make the best fry bread. Do it. You know, it doesn't. I mean, it's not hard to figure out. Everybody makes it a little bit different. It's like anything else. It's like, everybody makes chile verde or pozole or menudo a little bit different to make it better than the other person's or how they learn to make it. But yeah, you'd be all right. Just Google it. How to make fry bread. AI will tell you. It's not that complicated. It's Hot 94.1.